Hello. Hi, everybody. I see people have claimed first and second already. You were all very, very early. Oh my. Um, Shoots. Before I get started, let's get the BGM going. Hi, everybody. For anyone who might be lurking or new, my name is Luminous Peak. I am your friendly neighborhood Fae Night Witch extraordinaire. Here on sabbatical to figure out all the cool things you humans do. I am also the resident crazy keyboard lady. I'm obsessed with mechanical keyboards, and that is part of what brings us to today's test stream. Congratulations to you folks who scored first, Kurisu. Congrats. You went for the gold and you got it. And 180, you got second. Silver, one of my favorites. It's been some time since I've streamed, so I'm very happy to be here. Wow. I barely even remembered how to hit go live and do things. So I'm very happy that I managed to do it successfully. Hopefully my voice is coming through. It seems like it is. Hopefully the BGM is coming through. It seems like it is. Resident keyboard Fae, her keeps are peak. I would like to think so myself. Oh, change the stream time. Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're gonna do. Frick. Hold on. Oh my god. Sheesh. I'm not gonna hold you up. I forgot that was a redeem. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. Give me 1 second to hammer this out. Cause that's crazy. All right, here we go. Probably. All right. Let me get this resident keyboard Fae. Would you accept an addendum? Oh god, no. I see. What do we... Oh, thanks. I was definitely gonna grab it, but thank you. I appreciate that. Would you accept an addendum? Can I call myself a keyboard Fae-Bae? Fae-Bae? Sure, okay, thank you. I'll keep the rest the same, I promise. Okay. Let's see. Her keebs are peak though. Not autocorrect telling me Jeebs. All right, there we go. Hopefully I did that right, because like I don't even know like how quick those changes take place. I'd have to like refresh, right? You can keep your commands as well if you so wish. Thank you. I wasn't gonna take them off, to be honest. Yeah, mod duty is a thing. I am not so small, I guess, that I can get targeted by bots as well. Thank you for being so gracious to me 180. I appreciate it. Okay. I had a build stream planned. I'm not gonna do a bunch of preamble this time. I did put the BGM on, but I don't think it'll be on for very long. We're gonna play some cool chill tunes. Let me boop. And then we're gonna go to our full screen and let's see. The question is, can you guys hear? Yes, nail cam. We'll get to it. Give me a second. Give me a second. No, I know you can't hear my nails. Oh my God. Can you hear the music? Are you sure you can't hear the nails? Okay. You actually can't hear? Oh my. Okay, let's see. Desktop audio is on. Maybe it's too low. Nail ASMR. Okay. What about now? I bumped it up just a little bit. See, my fear is I'll turn it up and then everyone's eardrums will be dead. Can you guys hear anything? Any BGM? I won't be mean to myself this time. It's been a while since I've streamed, so no complaining from me about the audio this time. No, that's crazy. Pretty sure he was gaslighting you, LOL. I mean, no. Okay. All right, let's... What about now? Okay, there it is. Okay, okay, so it must just be like the way it's mixed. I want to make sure I get it at a good volume. I don't want it to be too loud. Okay, I turned it down just a little bit. Let me know how it is. Is it too loud? I'm probably not going to get too much louder than this, so it's important to know whether or not it's overtaking my voice, so to speak. Oh my God, we were talking about the BGM. 180, please keep up, keep up. Why are you like this? Okay, yes. Too loud? No, no, it's okay. I know you're at work. I'm just teasing. Too loud? Too quiet? It's a bit low. Oh my gosh. Let me see what my volume mixer is doing. Just to see, cause like, you know, sometimes OBS be kind of crazy. No. It was probably a bit loud when it first came on, but you turned it down a good bit. I have not turned anything down at any point. I have only been turning things up. I did turn it up a bit more just now. Right now, okay, you think this is a good level? Cool, cool, cool. I do chill hopping things, so the different noise levels are all very different. I have to like adjust based on what I'm listening to. This is actually the what is it? Kubo music. And I'm gonna actually put his username in the chat, assuming I spelled it correctly. You remember when you built this one? Yes, Ariandel was great. Oh my god, did I do this correctly? Hopefully. I hope that was correct. It might not have been. Spelling, man. Actual words, excellent. Usernames, I'm kinda bad at that. Let's see. I'm gonna double check. If it's wrong, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. I'm not afraid to admit I'm a person who makes mistakes. No, that was close to be. No, that was correct. Actually, I got it. Yay, huzzah. This streamer thing, man, I don't know. Yeah, so if you want to hear cool music, cool tunes, they do like a 24-hour music stream. It's great. 16-bit, hello, how are you? I was all up in your stream yesterday, so I'm very excited to see you here today. I made a mistake once. I'm sure you make mistakes a lot. I've watched you play Monster Hunter. You're good, I'm glad. Okay, yes. What you've been waiting for, housekeeping things, here are today's nails. I am testing out a new light. I've had the biggest struggle getting light that actually makes sense on my desk for such a long time. I literally cannot tell you how frustrated I have been trying to get a light that will actually work for my stream. My nails are orange. Hopefully you can tell that they are orange. They are orangey nails, and they are going to match the keycap set we're putting on our board today. Loving the emotion I'm getting out of your hands from all this. Yes. Yee. Hold up a sheet of white paper. Oh God. Do I have white paper? This is white. My light is very warm. Now that was an emotion. This is white paper. You can tell the light is warm just by looking at it on there. Yeah, so the light is warm on purpose because my camera veers very magenta. I could make it cooler, but it would definitely affect the accuracy of my nails and how they look. Interesting how the shadow is lighter. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, this is a pretty bright light. I was not kidding when I said this was a test stream. At this point, I'll adjust the light and see how it looks when it's a little cooler. Wow, yeah, there we go. That's at like 37. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Oh, you meant the shadow on the envelope. Yeah, I think it's just the light reflecting off of the white down here onto the upper part. I've been adjusting things all day, but it's just kind of weird no matter what. I could probably turn the light down a bit and get some more like definition from things. But the issue I end up running into no matter what is my nail color. It's not 100% accurate. This is probably a little better, maybe. I don't know. This is a fairly, it's not like super saturated orange, but it is saturated. So it's tough. For anyone who's new here, I do not always do testing, but this is a test stream. The issue that I always have is blues go crazy on this camera. Blues go crazy on this camera. This blue right here that you can see in this corner, it's definitely more purple than it is in person. In person, it's actually like a navy. For anyone who's going into like streaming and you're doing camera stuff, this is actually nuts. That's okay, all my streams are test streams. Grabbing alcohol, oh my. Nightbot, no, come back. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out if this light will work. Lighting for overhead cameras, I think most VTubers don't have to deal with it because they don't do like cam streams. But since I do them, it's a big issue. One of those nights, is it? Yeah. I'm tempted to grab some alcohols myself, to be honest, not gonna lie. I could definitely take a shot on stream. I'm not above doing that. We'll see. So yeah, I don't know how any of this looks on any of your screens. Please give me feedback. And you can feel free to give me feedback while we're building. This is just sort of a process. There's no like perfect way to do it. There's a difference between the lighting versus the preview I'm looking at, like in OBS, versus what you're seeing on your monitor, right? Because all of those are separate things. That does sound perfect. I get to sleep in. I'm gonna go take advantage of that. Oh, should I get a shot too? Is that what we're doing? Are we just taking shots while 180 is at work? Hi, Lemony. Congratulations on third. Bronze is one of my favorite metal types. So even though you're third place, you're still a winner in my book. Hello, hello. I cannot hear, but I can peep the claws. Claws. You're gonna go back and listen to this later and be like, oh my. For anyone who's just been hanging in there, I am in fact going to build a keyboard today, I promise. I am a crazy keyboard lady. I've said this already. So I'm going to introduce this keyboard. This is Ariandel. Ariandel is named after a place, a location in the Dark Souls series. And this keycap set is also Dark Souls themed. I'm gonna lift this up instead of zooming in. We've got our little bonfire right there. I'll focus this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We'll come a little closer. Yep, our bonfire right there. Then we got our sword right there. It's a pretty neat board. And I'll adjust it back. I had it perfect, so naturally I'm just gonna fuck it up when I readjust it. Okay. Ariandel, there's specs information about her. If you hit exclamation keyboard, I'm gonna hit it for the first time here. And this tells you basically what she's built out of. It tells you the model, it tells you the switches, it tells you the keycaps, and the studio that those things came from. I try to include that information about what I'm daily driving. Since I have nails, the angle of these helps a lot with like my accuracy, even though I have nails. These are a little shorter than I normally go for, but you know, it is what it is. If you can see there in the keyboard command, there's a link in the doobly-doo. That link leads you to my Notion page. I have pictures of most of my builds, not all of them. There's one or two I gotta catch up on in there. But most of my builds, it tells you what they're made up out of. It shows you photos of the sets that are on them, so you can see them like in the abstract and not just on the board. And then it also shows you the photos of the switches. I think I have to update the switches too. I got like a whole lot of switches recently, like a lot of switches. And I'll have to go back and update. Okay, I think that's all of the housekeeping stuff. We did the board, we did the nails. So I guess we're just gonna get started. I did my stabs in advance so that we don't have to struggle through watching me do that. If you're new to keyboards, you don't know anything about them, will it tell us what you're made of? Fairy dust, nails, and probably lube if I had to guess? Yes, obviously those are the things I've made. And ink, because I write all the time. Also ink, don't forget the ink. It takes a lot of ink bottles to hold all the ink multitudes that I contain. All right, so we're gonna say goodbye to Ariandel right now. And this is Ariandel's bottom. Figured I'd show it off before I put her away. And then we're gonna take a look at unboxing this QK80. I talked about this on Twitter. Feel free to follow me on Twitter if you just want to see me retweet and talk about keyboard things. Things have been a bit slow recently. Oh man, there's been so much going on. I thought I'd forgotten more than just one thing. Then Hey man, I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think you pretty much summed me up, to be honest. All right. Let's kind of dive into it. I'm gonna have my tools up here just in case I need them. And this is the package that the board came in. Close it up, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So just to give a little information, it's not quite a hiatus, but I've just been streaming not quite as often. One, I don't want to start streaming like a game or something and then like not be able to follow it up. I've just had a lot of things going on in the last month. October is really terrible for me, like super duper terrible. I kind of fell off the face of the earth last October as well. The long story short is, with the type of work that I do, October is one of the busiest months of the year. So everything just becomes kind of overwhelming, and I don't want to cut on stream if I'm like not in the mood to share Jubilee with all of you. And then on top of that, I don't want to be consistent and start something I can't finish, so it's just like a streaming when I can kind of thing. That's what my Twitter says. But I have so many boards to build. I cannot stress. I have so many boards to build. Behind me, not including this one, I count 1, 2, 3 boards that need to be made. I think 3, 1, 2, yes, 3 boards, and I have more coming. So we're just kind of here, you know, doing our best, as it were. All right, so we're gonna unbox this. For anyone that is new to the realm of keyboards, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat whenever you'd like. I will do my best to answer them. Stabilizers are already done, so I can't show you how to do them, but literally, if you go to YouTube, I have a YouTube, you can hit !YouTube for that. Almost all of my other VODs have me doing the stabs, like, so that shouldn't be an issue, really. I'm sure at some point you'll see what's going on. All right, so here we go. There were parts that came with this board. Did I put them back in the... Oh, shoot. The answer is yes, I did put them back. So this accessories box that says accessories there, there we go, came with this. And so, pretty much it came with a cord, it came with the stabs. The stabs are the stabilizers. Those are things that go underneath all the long keys on your board. So think enter, backspace, right shift, and left shift usually. It's come with gaskets, so those go inside the board to suspend it in the case. The case is the body of the board, the shape of it on the outside. I can tell just by looking at these, even though I know it's difficult for you guys to tell. We've got the keyboard feet here. Those are the rubber bits that go on the bottom to stop it from slipping and sliding. And then we've got 2 different sets of gaskets here. One of them is soft for a softer feel when you type, and these are harder for a harder feel. Even just touching them, I can just tell these are more squishy when I press on them. These are not very squishy at all. These are very hard. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do today, hard or soft. If you are new to the hobby, this hobby is sus. There is definitely a bunch of jokes that can be made about this hobby literally at any point. We are lubing things so that they go smoothly up and down. We are putting things into other things. We want things that are hard or soft. The lube gets everywhere. I prefer soft, but hard can be nice too. There are too many jokes, so I'm gonna say, okay, that's great. All right, so this is the board. It is an all black board and it has this cool crystal finish on here. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera and focus so you guys can see the texture. So that's that texture finish. It looks pretty cool. I like it. And then here is the front. The foam is coming out a little bit. From what I understand, this should be a relatively simple build. There's not a whole lot that's difficult about this. I did the stabs, so that wouldn't take that much time. So I think I just have to put everything together at this point, and that's pretty much the build. So this is gonna be kind of a short stream, and then maybe we'll have some chats afterwards, maybe? It depends on how long the runtime is. Okay, I actually can't resist. I know you prefer it soft. 180, but I like it hard. Ahaha. 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 All right. So we got a PCB in here. For those of you who don't know, PCB, that is the circuit board. It stands for printed circuit board. So this is where all the magic happens, the things that you activate on the board. When you press your switches, that would be these things that go under the keycaps. When you press down on those things, you are connecting the circuits on the circuit board so that your computer recognizes there's input. So we got that. We'll be seeing that again very soon. We've got a plate here. Now the plate is, it's basically a plastic or metal piece that goes on top of the circuit board that holds your switches in place. That is more or less what it is. I don't know what configuration I'm gonna put this board in, but since we have maybe a little extra time, I might be willing to experiment with some things. I kind of want to not put foam in here. Foam is normally put in the board to help control the sounds. But if you put foam in a board, it kind of like, you know, more or less it can kind of sound the same sometimes. You're muffling the noise, right, to get it to sound a certain way, and that's kind of rough, you know. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. We've got a badge with this. Let's adjust so you guys can see. I got the circuit badge. Ooh, very nice, very reflective. So that actually slides into the back here. There's magnets. It's magnet power. We're just gonna slide that in right there. Actually, while I'm here, this is no longer necessary, so let me move this out of the way. And then we'll set this down. First things first, I'm gonna put the feet on the back. Usually I wait until the end to do it, but I've seen a few people do it first, and also I think it is actually better to do that first. We also have extra screws. I'm probably gonna end up using those for something. I'm not 100% sure though, so we'll see. So there's 4 indentations here where we're gonna put our feet. I'm just gonna do that first. Once I built a keyboard, and this was a keyboard I built like on the, like it's on my VOD channel. I built it, told myself I would put the feet on later, and then proceeded to sweep it all away into the box that it came in, and forgot. A great job sliding it in, thanks. It's a special skill. Who doesn't like a good slide, you know? You want it to be smooth. Not smooth enough that nobody notices, but you know. We're going for comfort. We want the ride to be comfortable. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. It was mentioned that people were gonna have shots, and I did say I would have one. So I'm gonna put these feet on. I'm gonna go get a shot and then also get my tea. And then I will meet all you lovely people back here. I will have the shots, and then we will do the build. How does that sound? It's Thursday. It's been one heck of a week, let me tell you. I am not at all, not at all unhappy that someone suggested getting drinks. Okay. Is this focused as well as I want it to be? Actually, yes. Okay. I am gonna put you guys to the BRB screen, and when I come back, I'll have like a little something. See you guys in a second. I almost hit the wrong thing. I'm back. No panic, no panic. I have my tea and I have a drink. So we're gonna do a little shot business. I don't want to show it like too much on stream, but this is tequila, so there we go. So I don't know if anyone is actually lurking who said they were gonna grab something earlier, but this is tequila. So I guess we're gonna do that, and then we'll build. So here we go. I love the glitch effect. Oh my god. The glitch effect is for something special that I haven't found a use for yet. Still have you on low volume, so you cannot hear. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Later, when you listen to the VOD, the glitch effect It's for something special. Yeah, there's a shot. There's a shot. There's a shot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's empty. Okay. Oh my god. Oh god. Well, the shot's been done. Is it weird to chase a shot with tea? Because that's what I want to do. I can't want to watch this later with the sound. Yeah. That's fair. Alright. So here we go. We've got this board. I'm going to show off just a little bit about this board. Just a little bit. Alright. Oof. Alright. So we've got this weight here. On the inside, there's like an inscription there. That's like the Qwertykeys logo. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go, that's better. So that's the Qwertykeys logo. And I forget who they did this in collaboration with. Depends on the shot. Back in liquor. I did tequila, you must have missed it. You'll have to go back and look at it again. And then here's the badge up close. It's got the circuit board on here. If I had known what keycaps that I was going to put on this, I would have gotten a different one because they had different designs on theirs. However, this is the one I got, so that's what we're stuck with. Alrighty. By the way, might be me, but I think you're starting to get a little drowned out by the music. Sure, we'll adjust it a little bit. I assume that what has happened is some of the songs are mixed high and some of them are mixed low. So let's do it like that and see if it's better. All right, so we're gonna put this away. Hopefully the volume is okay. I'm sorry for people who just watch for like the background noise and like the fussing with packaging and stuff like that. I know a lot of people watch my VODs specifically for that, just to have it on and listen. The music is fluctuating because I'm trying to adjust it. Your playlist isn't normalized, not much you can do about it. Maybe there might be something I can do about it. Let's see. Because I am doing this particular playlist is actually on Spotify. So I might be able to normalize it, maybe. Let's see. It actually is set to normal. And it is set the same volume for all songs and podcasts. I was pretty sure I had done that, but maybe it's just not optimized. It is like that sometimes. It do be like that. So I will just have to adjust based on what's happening, I guess. If something is too loud, if you can't hear me, let me know. This is a test stream anyway, so I'm not gonna sweat it. The light seems to be working. The color seems to be as accurate as I'm going to get it on my camera. You can see that my nails are orange, so that's all that I require. Hey, Lemon. Okay. All right, so here we are. We're unpackaging the... Oh God, I might be tipsy. I've not had that much to eat today. I had breakfast and that was it. So, Kurisu, I am going to ask you, what is your monitor? How's your monitor looking right now? To you, like to your eyes. I realize your perception is different than everyone else's, but I'm interested, one, because you're my mod, and two, because your screen seems to be the most different from all the other viewers generally. My camera is magenta. It's just always going to be that way, but like obviously I can't compare this to any of my other streams until the stream is over. So there's lots of different colors on the screen. We've got pink here, we got black here, we got blue here, we got blue here. We've got an off-white, we got some tea. And then my nails are orange. So we got a lot of like, you know, contrast happening, right? Oh, that's such good tea. Oh my God. My throat is on fire. I don't care how sus that sounds. The alcohol is there. Okay. So this is the PCP. I kind of went over what that was already. Hi. Yes, she doesn't have any volume on right now. So text is great. Okay, so when you're putting together a board, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not gonna make this like a full tutorial, but I did want to go over at least some things, right? Basically, you start with putting your stabilizers in. Your stabilizers are what go under the long keys. I kind of said that already. But you can tell where your stabilizers go by these punctured holes here. There's also another one over here. You can see there's one by the left shift. There's one by the right shift here. And we have one by the enter, and then another one by the backspace. So that's pretty much where your stabilizers go. I've already put mine together. Let me readjust the camera. I've already put mine together. So we don't have to do our usual rigmarole with the lube. I took care of it already. I was trying really hard to not make my stream last like freaking forever. Qwertykeys, just for anybody who doesn't know, sent you a screenshot for reference. Oh my. I'm gonna actually take a look really quick against my better judgment. That is fairly accurate to what I'm looking at. Maybe like a tad bit washed out, like a teensy weensy bit, but that is not bad. That is not bad. I'm not gonna complain about how this looks. I'm not gonna hold you up. I've been struggling with lights forever. Since this is the test stream, I don't mind talking about it. Usually I try not to talk about like streamer shit while I'm streaming. Cause like, yes, streamer, we want to hear all your fucking problems, you know, am I right? But what I will say is, more or less, I've been having issues with lights the entire time I've been attempting to stream. That's been basically the, like, an entire, I don't even know, year and a half. It's almost 2 years since I started streaming, actually. Year and a half, probably? A year and a half. I think it's a year and a half. It's, yeah, year and a half, maybe. It's really tough getting, like, the AV side of things down. Honestly. When I first started, I was working on my laptop, and my laptop does not have an accurate screen at all. So the colors I was seeing on that monitor, completely different than what I'm seeing here right now. I have like a bigger monitor I just hooked it up to. From there, the issues were cameras, and then from there, the issue was lights. I got new lights a couple months ago, thought it was good enough, thought it was gonna be great. Absolutely not. It was 2 lights. They overheated very quickly. They were absolutely not configured, really, to do anything useful. So they overheated easily. Adjusting them was kind of a pain. My very first light before that one shut off every 3 hours. It was actually not bad. It was similar to this one that's here. This one's an Elgato Key Light Air, and I'm a fan, right? I'm a fan of just sort of doing what you can with what you got, and just figuring things out that way, right? But I've gone through so many different lights at this point, I might as well have just gotten the Key Air from the very beginning. You'll see a lot of memes, you know, like on Twitter and in other spaces on Reddit, you know, like you should always stream with what you have first. Don't buy anything expensive. And I agree with that. That is very important. It is super duper de-duper important that you figure out if you even like streaming before you invest in like crazy stuff. But I knew I wanted to at least stream my builds, you know, like occasionally, right? And I wanted it to have at least a certain type of quality. Like if you stream a couple times and you know you don't like it, then it's different. You haven't wasted the money. But I had been streaming for like a year and I was like, I really want my camera work to be better. You're armed with Patron? Do it, do it, do it. I'm covered up today, if you can tell. You can't see my tattoos. That's my usual tattoo that people see on stream, but not today. Yeah. So the way that the lighting interacts with your camera and everything, I was just very new to that sort of stuff. And while you can definitely, if you want to be a VTuber, you know, like just kind of start with whatever, if you have a proper model, because I do top down camera work, the requirements that I have are different. Doing. Yes. Given to the dark side, Kurisu, thank you. But yeah, more or less, it's really tough trying to figure out how all those things balance. Most VTubers do not, and I mean, I'm saying this in like the most casual way possible, so no offense, you know, like meant because I'm swearing and stuff, but most VTubers do not fuck with top-down streaming. But because I do keyboarding, like I have no choice to. And done. Thank you. Now we'll both be a little tipsy. I don't have to feel as bad. Oh, Christ. Oh my God. You know what I didn't do? Take out my screwdriver. There are other screwdrivers I could use besides this one, but I'm not grabbing them. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just lazy, but just leave me alone. Yeah, so like it's really tough because if you don't have to do all of those things, then it's fine, right? But if you're doing things like me and you require the top down, then you actually have to invest in things that will work. And what I have found really is that people have been doing top down content with like subpar or just good enough equipment. And that's really a tough pill to swallow when you want to deliver like you know, I'm not a professional photographer, so I'm not looking for, you know, like a 4K camera or anything, but I at least want to be able to stream with some amount of clarity. With some amount of clarity and with the ability to allow you guys to see the details. As you can see, there's a lot of small components. When it comes to building keyboards, I see the screws are just the bane of my existence every time. Even when I skip doing stabs live on stream, it just doesn't matter. I was a bit skeptical chasing it with a DiSerrano OTR, but it works rather well. Yeah. But yeah, just like figuring out the right equipment is really tough for someone who doesn't know about that sort of thing. And when you don't know, even when you do research and stuff, there's certain things that you can't learn, right? Like you can't learn it unless you like take a class or you have someone to mentor you on how to do it. And I've searched, right, for camera configs, but most of them have to do with like DSLR cameras. Those are super expensive. DSLR cameras are like professional cameras. And I was explaining this to my roommate and also a couple of friends of mine. It's not just the camera, right? If it was just as easy as buying the camera and then like plugging it in, it would be different. But if you buy the camera, then you have to get the HDMI cables, the cam links, right? You have to get the dummy batteries so that you can just film for a long time. There aren't that many streaming cameras that are just made like just for top down content that can run a long while and are USB connectable. The camera I'm using right now is actually like a security footage camera, actually. So it's USB enabled, it's plug and play. But because of that, it doesn't have a lot of the same things that professional cameras have, and it's not calibrated the same way, which is why like it skews magenta. If you're looking at things like in black and white or at night for clarity, right, then you don't really need those features. But this offers the resolution that I've been able to find, the best resolution I've been able to find for like bang for my buck. And I like it when VTubers do build streams. That's great, because that's basically all I do besides reading and studying streams. Yeah, it's just actually really tough getting like a handle on all of those things and figuring it out. It's actually just really tough. So I've gone through a couple cameras. I've gone through a few mics, which is very unfortunate. The mics I think actually hurt the worst. Let me put the washers on here. Oh yeah, I definitely am tipsy. I can feel that. That's crazy. Get those ask me anything redeems out now, huh? Oh my god. Okay. I can coordinate. I promise I have this much difficulty with the screws, with the stab screws on every stream. So yeah, it's just been a time kind of learning things. And I'm very lucky to be in the position that I'm in, where I've been able to sort of just like eventually get the equipment and test it and stuff. It flipped all the way over here. Oh my god. The screws for the screw and stabs, always the bane of my existence on these streams. If I wasn't streaming, I bet I'd put all these in first time, easy clap, no contest. But because the camera's on, I gotta struggle. That's how it always is. This isn't as bratty as some of my other boards have been to build though, so I'm not gonna complain. Also, I don't know what I'm gonna name this board. I gotta figure it out, to be honest. Oh god. Please situate, get in the hole. Get in there. Your Fae Queen has commanded you. I need you to obey. Oh my god. No. No. Screw, please. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. All right, there we go. If I make it feel guilty, it'll do what I want. Like most people. Okay. So yeah, it's just been a struggle up and down between having a lot of things going on, like at home and at work. My streams have not been as frequent as I've wanted them to be, but I'm hoping that I will be able to get back to our regular reading streams soon, because a lot of you like the short stories. I found a lot of people visit those videos, the VODs, and they also watch them on YouTube for background noise and stuff. So I'm like very excited to be able to do more. I'm also going to try to do more keyboard content. I've been kind of hesitant to like do more keyboard content because I know not everybody comes here for that. But I do really enjoy sharing my hobby with people, and I want people to know more about keyboards. So that includes the things that are happening in the keyboard community and just like new projects and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to push myself to be a little more nerdy about those things. Now that I got this light though, I'm not going to hold you up. I feel unstoppable. This light is not going to cut off in 2 hours. It is just bright enough, and I think that the construction of the lights is actually good enough to do exactly what I want. Like, this looks just a tiny bit washed out, so I might fiddle with some of the saturation to try to get it to look a little more lively. I might adjust it right now, actually, when I'm done with these stabs. Let me do that. I'm actually going to do that right now. Because the screenshot that Kurisu sent me is almost identical to what I see here, which is crazy. That almost never happens to me. I've almost never had an occasion where I thought to myself, wow, what I'm seeing on the screen is very close to what other people will see. So I'm going to fuck with the saturation a little bit. Just a little bit. I feel like that's a lot. Yeah, that's like a lot. That's like a lot. That's like a lot. Sorry, I'm testing saturation things. because when I put the saturation on too much, it becomes like too purple. Like the magenta is too visible, if that makes any sense, right? So I've turned it up just a little bit. Karisu, how does that look? Give me feedback. This is a test stream, so I'm just actually taking the opportunity to do all of this like when I can. I've turned the saturation up just a smidge. Let me know how it's all looking. I think this is probably as good as I'm gonna get in the lighting that I have. This lighting is kind of like between cool and warm. It's veering just a little warm. So it's gonna drown this out a little bit because this is orange, you know. And that's just how it is. That's how lighting works. I could adjust the light so it's not as strong, but I'm not sure how that would do for clarity on the camera. Let me tell you, in trying to fix this problem, I've learned a heck of a lot about cameras and how shit works, let me tell you. Not that it makes me a professional or anything, but I've done a lot. I can try to adjust the light a little bit to try to keep some of the, like, let me go here maybe and see if I can get more. I think that's a little more accurate to what I'm seeing probably. I adjusted the light just a poquito, right? Un petit peu, right? Skoshi. Very little amount. So we'll see. And then also I learned that, you know, it's not, you can't just have one setting, right? And then that work for like all your streams, right? Wow, that is, you can see all the red in my palm. Like that is so much. Oh my God, I don't know how I feel about that. That is so much. I feel like that's actually too much. That's so much red you can see in my hands. I do have red undertones, but like, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Let's dial it back just a little bit. Even before Karisu gives me any feedback, we're just gonna like, try to dial it back just a little bit. Okay, so the light is still turned down, but I did also turn down the saturation because, like, let me tell you, that was the amount of red you can see in my hand. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see if we can go like straight up in the middle here and see how that works. Yeah, having to adjust all this shit is crazy. Let me tell you. When you start streaming and you're just like, ah, no, I can't just like turn a camera on and go, like that's nuts. So we'll see how it is. And what I also found out is you have to adjust every time. Basically, you're doing kind of like a shoot, right? Because like, what is happening with this screw? It is not. Can I get you to screw in? Oh no. Okay, I think the screw thread is not aligned. Okay, there we go. All right. Cool. All right, we got it. This might be a tiny bit accurate in terms of the colors, like just a tiny smidgen. I think part of the issue is the distance of my lights. It's pretty close. So like this is taller than any other light I've had, so there's a little more distance than usual. However, if I make it too far away, then it won't illuminate the whole of my desk. So that's kind of also a thing. Also, just in general, the light can only give me so much distance. Like the pole is just so long. And I don't have like professional lighting, which is like super expensive. That's crazy. Can I get you to screw? Sure, but at least take me to dinner first. Can I get you to screw? Sure, but give me $1,000. I deserve it. Screws deserve love and wooing too. Given the amount of problems my screws have given me on stream, fuck these screws for real. I'm not gonna hold you up. Like, okay, let's see. Can I adjust this a little bit? All right. Also, I have a new desk mat on the way. So hopefully this will be the last stream where you see this pink desk mat. I love this desk mat. This is from GMK Patisserie, which is a keycap set that was on sale a couple years ago. I could not afford / did not want the, oh no. Oh no. I didn't put this on. This is supposed to go on before the stabs. I see. But yeah, GMK Patisserie was a keycap set that was live like a couple years ago. And I didn't really want the set, but I thought this kind of like storefront type of deal here was super duper cute. So I did it. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna physically adjust the light and see if that does anything. So it's not pointing directly at the desk mat. Yeah, see, you can see my shadow on here though a lot. No. I don't know if that's gonna work for me. I'll tilt it down just a little bit so you can't see my shadow as much. It's still kind of here though. You can definitely see me moving. That's kind of crazy. I don't know about that. But it was a little bit better. This is a little bit better. I literally have to unscrew these and then screw them back on again. Because I'm smart. I'm smart and I pay attention to everything while I'm talking, obviously. Good God. Okay. Let's do this really quickly. We're going to do this as quickly as possible. The important thing is keeping these stabilizers in the correct order. I put the best one on the enter key and the second best one on the backspace. Oh, reverse. I put the most stable one on the backspace. Oh God. Oh God. Where did that go? Something fell. A screw fell. Why? Why must we struggle? I think that screw is gone forever. So actually, I'm just going to use another set from in here and not worry about it. We're just not going to worry about it. That's what we're going to do. Because worrying about things, that's crazy. So we're going to put that one right there. They give me extras. I'm using the extras. And then I need a washer. So let me grab this washer. We're going to put that right there. And I have one set of screws to spare, so hopefully we won't drop any other ones. On the one hand, I'm glad to show these mistakes like on stream because I think it's very important to let people know that building a keyboard is not a perfect process. On the other hand, you know. Okay. Let me take these out. And hopefully the putting back in process won't be crazy. We're at like an hour and 10 minutes. I don't think it's gonna be that much longer to put this together, honestly. The hardest part will probably be the switches. I don't know, the switches and the keycaps take the same like amount of time, basically. All right, so this goes at the bottom, this goes here. And then, I don't have to do anything for the space bar. So I don't have to remove that, and that's great. Good for me, good for me. Important things that have happened since I last streamed. I do want to talk about some of those things, like in the VTuber sphere or otherwise. So, Matara Khan debuted for VShoujo. And so did K9 Kuro. So that's interesting. I don't want to just gossip about like corpo VTubers. So what I will say about that is that I'm very excited and very happy. For those of you who don't know, I tangentially I am a really big fan, or was a really big fan, of Nina Kosaka. I bought a board to actually theme after her. And I'm waiting for it to be delivered, actually. I got some Nina Kosaka stickers to put on the board and decorate it. I have not ever decorated a board before, but the entire point of this board is to decorate it in honor of Fox Mama. At the time that she graduated, she made it sound like she wasn't going to be streaming again for a while. So, you know, I feel like she's probably the closest thing I have to like an Oshi. I don't really have an Oshi, but she's like the closest thing. Did I put this on the... Okay, no, this is correct. I had to ask myself, did I put this in the correct spot? But I did, actually. For once, I actually did this correctly. So yeah, I'm very excited to see people getting second chances. It's also good to see people making business decisions that are actually really good for them. As much as I'm sure people enjoy the consistency of just like, you know, having a brand and living by that brand, it is also very, 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 very important to look out for yourself, right? You can't just cater to the fans who know you in one spot. You gotta kind of go where, I don't want to say like where the money is, because it's not just about money, but you have to be able to take care of yourself. So given all the things that I've heard about different companies and how difficult it was being employed under them, I support people doing what's best for them. I think that's super important. Think of it like how people treat their careers, like their jobs and stuff. Most people don't stay at a job for like a super long time, right? Some people do. Like if you like what you do, or if moving up into management is like not worth the pay raise, because there are some industries where like actually for real, it's not worth it, right? People usually change jobs like every, I think it used to be 2 years. The average is different now because the market is different, but you know, it is important to know how things are going in your field, your industry, how much you're getting paid, how much you're getting not paid. That's kind of why we've seen all of the like the V Shoujo exits that we saw previously too. It's like not personal against the fans or anything. It's just that people have to deal. But the issue is when you're part of like a traditional corpo VTuber thing, you can't keep your character. So like even if you it's like in the case of certain corporations, you actually can't take the character with you. They won't let you, even if they can't use it over, which is kind of crazy to me personally. I feel like if everything's been paid for, all the rights and everything, you should just be able to take it, because like at that point you have an identity. You have like a brand identity. No one's gonna let you reuse that. But you know, I digress. The decisions businesses make are different. So with that being said, yeah, I support people doing what's best for them. I'm glad to have my closest thing to Oshi back in some capacity. And I'm glad that people are sticking up for themselves, because I think it's very easy to get sucked into the world of, oh, whoops, the PCB hit the mic. I think it's very easy to get sucked into the world of VTubing if you're a VTuber of any kind. And like, oh my God, this is not aligned at all. Please actually go in the fucking hole, my guy, please. Not me having a lover's quarrel with my screws on main. Oh my God. But yeah, it's important to take stock of what's important to you and just sort of like do your own thing. Figure out what actually works. What do you need to live? What makes you happy after you're satisfied with how you live? And then make your decisions that way. This is a cute song. I like this. Which screw? I'm gonna pick up this. Oh, nope. What I'm not gonna do is pick it up, apparently. Because I'm not good at picking things up, apparently. Okay. All right, we got it. All right. I'm so excited. I have a very special keycap set to put on this board. I can't wait to show you guys what it is. The biggest hint for anybody who's a keyboard head out there, if you've been looking at anything, if seeing my streams has made you wonder about things. There are a couple people who have DM'd me who are like, hey, I'm now stuck looking at like keyboard shorts videos now. I think it's your fault. And I'm like, yeah, it probably is. What do you want me to do? Speaking of that, speaking of keyboards, there was like a viral post recently featuring a very well-known keyboard content creator. His name is Glarsis. He's a British, specifically British keyboard content creator. And his video featuring a very, oh God, this is not snapped in the way it should be. Please go back in the way you were meant to be. Thank you. He's very famous, and a video of a giant keyboard that he built went viral. You may have seen the clip. It's just like there's always that one guy in the office, right? I had so many friends and family tagging me. That's my phone. Tagging me in that clip. And I had to tell them, like, the person or the account that posted this, it's not the original account. They didn't tag the original creator. Please don't share this with a bunch of other people. I also had other issues too. Because I'm so into keyboards, whenever people see keyboard things, they send them to me. But the issue is like, keyboards are like my actual hobby of what I do. So most of the stuff they send to me is either just kind of like manufacturers just making cash grabs on novelty boards. They're not really part of the community. They're just sort of capitalizing on the fact that you can get a keyboard made in China for cheap now. And that more factories are experienced with machining them. So they just make something ridiculous. They make something ridiculous and then they more or less try to sell it for like overpriced price for what you're getting. And because a lot of people don't actually know the value of keyboards or what goes into making them, you basically end up with a lot of people who are just like, oh, this is so cool, I'm gonna buy it. But they don't know that what they're getting is like super duper cheap. Like their keyboards probably should be for sale for like $30. And while I normally am of the, viewpoint that whatever it is that you buy is worth the value that you assign to it, right? So like, if you think XYZ is worth whatever, then that's all that matters, right? You're paying for what you think is valuable. I also don't, I don't really consent / I don't really like when people are being tricked, so to speak. Like there's a difference between I'm paying extra for this because it suits my taste or it reflects me in some way. Like I really want this thing, it's great. Instead of like, you know what I mean? Like instead of people who are selling things for like an astronomically higher price. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So there we go. Really quickly, I'm breaking off. We're putting the plate on this. So this is a plate. The plate is a piece of metal. Sometimes plastic too. They have different materials that goes on top of the PCB. And this is what holds your keycaps. I'm sorry, not keycaps, your switches in place. These are your switches. Let me adjust this camera for you so you can see it. This is a switch. It has a top housing, a bottom housing, and then you've got this stem right here, this plus sign that's in the middle. It's held together by this and a spring on the inside. And then you've got these two prongs here on the top. And these prongs, more or less, are the pieces of copper that complete the circuit, right? So when you press down, they actually actuate on the board. So when you're putting a board together, you actually are just going to plug these in. It's important to know which way the sockets are facing. I believe these are on the top. And I'm actually just gonna poke these in. Now, normally when you're building a board, oh God, oh no. Oh no. I wanna make sure that I'm putting these in the correct place, but like I'm nervous. Okay, there we go. Normally when you're building a board, there's a piece of foam that you can put in there, right? It's called like the plate foam, but I don't want a super foamy board sound. So I'm personally not using the plate foam. This is a plate foam. This is what it looks like. So this goes between the plate. You can hear the, right? And then like the PCB. But when you put a bunch of foam in a board, it tends to sound kind of the same. So I try to change which sections of, or which types of like foam I put in my boards. So there's a couple of different things that change the sound of a board. One is like what the board is made of, right? What the board is made of affects the sound. The material of the plate, the material of the, what was I gonna say? The material of the plate and the board itself, and also the foams you put in it, can very much change the sound of the board. So different sounds kind of like, or different materials produce different sounds. Now there are reasons for this. It kind of goes into like a, from what I understand, aerodynamics a little bit. Basically certain materials block out certain sounds or sound waves. So like certain metals, this isn't going in the way it should. Oh no. So certain metals block out higher frequency sounds. Certain metals block out lower frequency sounds. And the result that you get when you put all those things together is the sound of your board. Now, most of the foams are kind of like made of the same material. So if you put too much foam in a board, it'll basically sound kind of the same, right? So like that's the general idea. So you control what the sound is by the material you put in your board. If you put more foam in the board, the more it blocks like the natural sound of the board. Sometimes that's good, right? If you have a board that's made like from very cheap aluminum, or if you have a board that is more or less like not made of like, I don't know, there's too much space in the board, or something like that, you pretty much end up with a board that sounds like kind of hollow, like you can hear the metal of the board and that kind of stuff. It gets kind of crazy, you know? So people tailor their boards, like they control what they put in them, what those things are made of. Sometimes the switches affect it as well, because some switches are made to be very loud and high-pitched. High-pitched sounds are what we call clacky. And then other sounds are deeper pitched, and we call that thocky in this hobby. So the combo of if your switches are clacky or thocky with the plate material, which blocks out certain frequencies, high or low, combined with the way that the keyboard is shaped, and the foams that you have in it, all of those things like adjust the sound of the board. If you've been in one of my streams before, you probably know this information, but I've been around the internet recently. There's a lot of people who are getting into stuff on TikTok. And a lot of people have questions. They're just sort of like, but what is this? But like, what is it though? And most people who are into keyboards are not going to stop and like, you know, explain, yes, this is what it is, you know? So it's really tough if you're new and you're interested to like understand all the words. That's why I always tell people, hey, if you're in my stream and you can like see me and hear me, feel free to just ask me a bunch of questions about keyboards. The tool that I'm using right now, by the way, is called a like a fork. It's just a fork. So I'm using this to separate the plate from the PCB so that it has the appropriate amount of space when I put these switches in. If you don't do that and you don't have any foam in there, it'll just go flat against the PCB, and that's not great. We don't want that. So we're just, you know, we're here, we're vibing. Okay. I always get distracted talking about keyboards because it's just, there's so much technical stuff, right? These switches are Gat Oil Kings. They're supposed to be like very average in sound. Some people say that they're clacky, but this is my first time using them, so we'll have to see how that turns out. I want to see how they are. I've heard them in some boards and they've been kind of quiet. I've heard them in other boards and they sound very loud. So I'm trying this board without any, like basically without any foams to see how they sound without foam in them. I'm very interested in knowing how these sound once I do the typing test. Moving off the topic of keyboards for a bit. There's been a lot of things happening in Luminous's world, right? Outside of me not being able to stream. I posted a Halloween pic to Twitter because you can't really tell what I look like with all the makeup and the contacts on. But I did something really fun for Halloween. I went the weekend before Halloween, actually. There was a program in a city nearby to where I live, where they had like a bus that's normally used for like charity events, run like a charity Halloween thing. And basically what happened was they took us to 3 random locations, and they weren't in the city that we were in. They were like around the city we were in. And that ended up being a very interesting time. For those of you who have not been here for my various story times, I am fairly into kink related things. So some of the story times I've told on streams have just been ridiculous to some people, at least. This one was a little milder than usual. Hang on, I'm gonna hydrate. So the first stop here in the Halloween event was a burlesque performance, which was very interesting. So they took us to like this old church that had been renovated to be like a restaurant. And then they had a stage there, and I think they normally do like poetry slams and stuff up there. But what they had prepared for us that evening was a burlesque show. A few burlesque shows, actually. There were a few of them in a row. They were really good. I had a great time. Lumi, yes, Denko, how are you? So I had a great time watching burlesque. It was great. It was all ladies, and they were very sexy. I was into it. We are building a board today and testing our lighting. I think I've probably found the best lighting I'm gonna get for most of my keyboard streams at this point. And this light doesn't cut off or anything. It's pretty good. It is the Keylight Air from Elgato. I was trying really hard not to be like this, but you know, with a super expensive light, but it just turned out to be the best for the situation I was in. Hi, hello, I love you, I am alive, yes. I owe you too. I was just about to ask you if your light changes because the pink is so much more tasty. Yeah, it's definitely, so there's a lot of pink going on, but that's mostly my camera up here. This camera is very, this camera is very magenta. So it's really hard saturating other colors to be accurate without everything going kind of pink. But it is what it is. I do have red undertones, so it's like not completely inaccurate, you know? I did send you more screenshots when you just, oh no, you were actually great. You're wonderful. Let me try. Let's see. Okay. I see adjustments have happened. Okay. All right. Okay. That's, I'm not gonna hold you up. This is probably as good as I'm gonna get, honestly. I don't really think it's gonna get any better than that. These nails are more orange than how they appear. You've got pictures of me putting the screws in though. So that might be before I adjusted a little more. These are very orange. Hopefully you can see how orange they are. Having to adjust my light every time I have something that's a different color on camera is just gonna be the death of me. But I think that that's just what life is. I think that's just how it's gotta be. What? They're so orange and pretty. Yes, okay, I'm glad that you can see the orange. They look like a yellowy orange to me on my preview. But I also, you know, it does look orange. It just looks yellowy orange. They are slightly more orange than they look on screen. It just is what it is. So I'm thinking this is probably the best I'm gonna get. Is very likely the best I'm gonna get. It is what it is. Oh, and this came from when Lemon was in the chat too. So I don't know. Thank you very much, Creasy. You are actually the best. I appreciate you very much. But yeah, I think this is very, very close to how they look. They're just slightly more orange. But if I saturate it more so you can see more of the orange, then everything else will look like super duper purpley. What I need is a better camera that is more color accurate, but cameras are like expensive. So I don't know about that, Chief. Just saying, I don't know about that one. Helping? You are helping. You are such a good helper, Creasy. Thank you so much. Mwah. Free kisses for you. Thanks for being my mod. Actually super helpful. Can I get this to go in here the way it's supposed to? I'm scared. I don't want to push it too hard and then like break the socket, because what I don't have is a solder joint to like solder a new socket back on. It's just not gonna happen for me. All right, there we go. Okay. I haven't named this one yet. I haven't named any of my new ones yet, to be honest. Oh no. The foam here is not laid flat the way it should be. That's bad. Let's see if we can pull it back the way it's supposed to be. Let's see. Can I grab it with my tweezers and pull it? Maybe, probably. Kind of. Oh my god. Hang on, I gotta come out to camera to make sure I'm grabbing it and doing things. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Better. Much better. Alright, so let's come up here and do some of these upper ones. I did my stabs earlier today, Denko, so like this build is actually going very fast. I pretty much put them in as soon as I went live. Okay, if I could actually get the switch fork. If I could actually get the switch fork in here, that'd be cool. Can I actually get my switch fork in here? All right, there we go. Sheesh. Being difficult. Not as difficult as my other children, though. Not as difficult as my other keyboard babies. So I'm not going to complain too much. Bronze switches? I don't think I've seen those before. Oh my gosh. The bronze switches are from the last builds. Oh no. Oh, you know what I did? I updated my build command and not my today commands. I probably forgot which feeds into which. That's probably what it is. That is not correct. Hit the exclamation point build command. That is what I am building today. Let me change that. I am so sad. I thought I was on top of it. Okay, so it looks like the build command pulls from, or I'm sorry, it looks like the today command pulls from the build command and not the other way around. This is a test stream, so I'm not going to feel too bad about it. But let me fix that while I'm here. That's crazy. I forgot that that was the one that, you know, that feeds into the other one. That's tough. Okay, so... All right, cool. We fixed it. We fixed it. It's fine. It is what it is. Oh, Lamau. Yeah, so I do have the board that had the bronze switches in it. The bronze switches are actually green. The bronze switches are from, they like match a keycap set that's called Bronze Age. It was actually a Dr. Stone based keycap set, and that's why they're green. You missed it earlier. We took shots. I did a shot earlier. Like they're oxed, or they're just green. They're just green. Yeah, so like bronze switches are named after like the keycap set is Bronze Age. And Dr. Stone kind of like reviews history and like innovations of mankind and stuff like that. So this was based on like, I think one of the characters' colors, like how they dress or something. Damn, I have done more than several shots of them. I know you had a long day, Denko. And no one blames you. I'm shocked, honestly. We're at 1:39 and I'm already almost done with the build. That's crazy. Usually these streams take like 3 hours, but I thought to myself, maybe we should be professional and actually do our stabs off camera and not force people to watch us lubing up stabs on camera. I might get up and try to show you the bronze switches. I feel like you were here for that stream. I feel like you were definitely here when I built that. Maybe. Let me scroll up. Which board was that? The Zoom, yeah, okay, the green Zoom 75. I do think maybe you were there. Maybe. The board is green. I only have 2 green boards. You did name one of them, but that was a longer time ago. This was the second green board. And let me finish this up. We only got like 10 switches left to put in. Yeah, I was there for that. I think maybe, yeah, same. I am also questioning, were you there? I don't know. It's been a month since I've streamed. What is memory? What is time? Oh no, I think I traumatized myself asking that question for reasons that Denko knows and nobody else. I'm sorry, my ugly laugh is showing. What is memory? What is time? I'm about to have a whole deal about it, I guess. Okay. Let me get these last, like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, maybe 20 switches left. Okay. What was I gonna say? There was a whole thing I was gonna say. I was talking about things that I had done since the last time. Oh, bro, time is an illusion. It is. I still go back like, did that shit happen? But it did. It's true. It's true. Sometimes you look back on life and you're like, damn, that shit actually did happen. So, I was explaining Halloween. I had a lovely time. Denko's already seen the photos though. Halloween was great. Other things that have happened in this time where I've been kind of on hiatus-ish. I've done some writing. Boy, have I done some writing. And I have been also inspired to write, which is great. That is a great feeling when you like are writing and it's also because you're excited about writing the thing. I have also been traumatized by writing. Thank you very much. Great. Fantastic. We all wanted that, right? I have been watching TV 16-bit play Cyberpunk is the subtitle of the game. The actual game is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which is the spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio. So if you liked Jet Set Radio, or if you enjoy the music from Jet Set Radio, I would encourage you to check out not only my dude's streams, but also the game itself. Oh wow, I didn't know there was another one. It's really nice. I'm actually gonna shout out TV 16-bit in a second once I get these arrow keys in. I'm trying to make sure the plate doesn't get pushed down by these switches. Let me finish these two, and then you'll see my ridiculously long gum arms. Head over to the scrubby laptop that I'm streaming on, and then I will shout him out. Okay, here we go. Not the high bot. Yes, for anyone who's new to the streams, there's lots of exploring options. I need to actually spend a stream just going through the different options. It's been a little while. You got the crystals. Let's read it out loud, okay? You see shelves full of books, as well as a station for tea and a curious machine with a sticky note that says push button for snacks set up on one of the tables. Farther away from Luminous's desk is another larger table. On top is a chest filled to the brim with potions, and on the wall behind you is a glass display that looks to be filled with crystals. A lone 8-ball is perched on a side table nearby. So we got the crystal, and so the display spans the entire wall, stones glittering on tiny shelves. Dempodenko goes over and finds that it isn't locked. There's one that draws your eye and feels like it's calling to you. This tiny pear cut crystal is translucent lilac in color. There's a note by the handle warning experimental magical crystals. Activate word henshin. Dare you try it? Something miraculous happens, Dempodenko. Your clothes transform before your eyes. Your sailor costume comprises of a sleeveless shirt and a pair of knickers. It is designed in light gray, dark green, and silver. The sailor collar is trimmed with lace. The ensemble also includes a pair of sandals and heels. You get a brooch and a short cape. You're now a magical girl. There's a warm feeling in your chest and you feel some pressure. Your weapon is calling to you. Okay, but this is just true. Also, if you're asking me how much time it took to put this together, the answer is yes. And the question is, are you gonna grab the weapon? A light shines as you unsheath your new weapon. This weapon is a boomerang. It was designed with an ice vine Art Nouveau motif, and it has been accented with intricate designs. Are you ready to fight evil? Oh my god, that's funny, yes. Again, for anyone asking, I love that actually. For anyone asking how long it took to put that together, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. What was I gonna do? Oh, shout out 16-bit. That's what I was gonna do. His streams are dope. He just got started streaming, and he's a cool dude. His voice is very soothing. He does really cool voices. When he is reading for like his games, his voices are phenomenal. I just want to say that. I am double checking his username because I'm a scrub and I gotta make sure that I have it spelled right. But, and I mean, I'm pretty sure I spelled it right, but I'm just trash. He's a friend of the channel. He's a friend of my IRL. And I actually adore his, yes, okay, I got it right. So here we go. Here we go. Shout him out, give him a follow. He's pretty dope. And he is amazing. Please check him out. I was sitting in his streams for a while. He's really good background music for doing things. Actually perfect. Actually factually perfect. Oh gosh. Okay, let me get this fork in. If I can get this fork in. Oh my god. It's so tight now because I've gotten all of the other switches in. It doesn't want to open up enough for me to get the switch fork in there, so we gotta wedge it. Do our best. That's almost in. That's almost what we wanted. That was very close to what we were looking for. It didn't get all of the forks didn't make it on top of the foam. It's got to be on top, not on the bottom. Tops only. Top territory only. For anyone asking, yes, I am, in fact, a top. Just so you know. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, so here we go. Oh my gosh. First of all, I can't even believe that you're subscribed. I've been on hiatus and everything. You're so sweet. Danko. Not oh shit being your message. This just hit out of nowhere. Let's go. Okay, yes, I remembered the game correctly. And also, he was shouted out twice. Perfect. Thank you, Karisu. Oh my god. You guys are so sweet. Oh my gosh. Please go in. Yes. I sound like a freaking I sound like a 17-year-old kid. Please please go in. Definitely a bad joke, but is it actually reality? Yes. Yes, it is. Is this in there all the way? It sure is. Not sweet enough, to be honest. Definitely sweet enough, for sure. All right, we are in the home stretch. There's not a whole lot to do, honestly, outside of this. The gaskets go in super easy. I gotta figure out what type of gaskets I'm gonna put in here. So the way that this is suspended on the inside, they gave me these squishy silicone things to put in to cushion it, right? So they have a hard version and a soft version, and yes, that is just as sus as it sounds. I think I'm gonna go for hard because I usually go for soft in my TKLs, maybe? I don't know. I've got a couple top mount TKLs though. Maybe I'll do soft, I'm not sure. I might look at my list and see what my current boards are like, maybe, and then make a decision. That seems wise. Nah, I could hit you with those Gale lines. Hit me with a Gale line then, since you said something. Give me a Gale line. I've heard Gale talk, so you're gonna have to actually, like, you can't fudge it either. I'll know if it's not a Gale line. Hit me with a Gale line. I want to hear it. Also, Denko flirting with me, it's more likely than you think. Oh, damn, wait, now I gotta, like, actually... I believe in you. I'm not gonna lie, my shit is as stereotypical. Give me either. I'll make it easy for you. I'll accept either one. I did actually start playing BG3, but I haven't gotten very far. I've had too many things to do. Destiny had like a Halloween event, and I was crazy, driving myself crazy trying to do that in time. Please, please just let me get the fucking switch in, bro. I have binged like the entire Asterion route without having to play the game because I'm not gonna romance him the first time. I'm actually gonna romance Gale. So I decided it was okay to look at everything. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. I'm being, oh my God, I'm being raided. Investigation raid. Oh, cutie found. Okay, that's crazy. Hi, Omni, how are you? Hello, everyone. Here, I thought you were gonna abstain for longer. No, I have no self-control. Man, I need to get back into Destiny, except no, I don't. I will never buy an X-Pack. Yeah, I have all the X-Packs. I'm crazy. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hi, Omni. How are you? Oh my gosh. Yes, Omni is actually very great. He debuted recently. He is actually fantastic. I happen to just find him straight up just on like VTuber Twitter in general. He is actually a delight. He has a lovely voice. And he's just actually like a really kind, sweet person. Like, oh my gosh. Hello. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Luminous Peak. I do keyboards. Keyboards are what I do. This is gonna be a mechanical board. We're in like the home stretch of putting it together. Hello, I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah. I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. We're just listening to some chill tunes. Although you caught us in between tracks here. And just building a board. For anyone who's unfamiliar, I basically collect custom mechanical keyboards. What we're building today is called the QK80. It is called that because it is an 80% board. An 80% board, a fully custom keyboard. Yeah, how long did it take you to get this far? Not that long. I pretty much started maybe like 30 minutes into stream. So maybe like an hour and a half. So there's different components. I'm gonna try to like streamline this as much as possible because I know it's confusing. So there's the PCB, that's the circuit board here, right? There's a plate, that's this thing here that holds everything in place. There's the switches, these are the buttons you press down on to like activate the keys. I just finished putting these in here just now. There are these stabilizers. They basically go under all of the long keys. So we've got your left shift or right shift, your enter, your backspace, and your space, of course. So that's what balances like the sides of the long key so they don't wobble. At this point, I'm basically just putting the rest of it together. Like we're in the best part. I'm gonna put this in the case. I've put the keycaps on and then do a sound test. I think that's about it. Damn, I can't even blame the slow response on the booze since you're ahead of me on that too. We also did shots at the beginning of the stream. I did like a full shot of tequila, like for real. I'm not quite like lit, you know. It's not crazy or anything, but you know, we're in there. we are in there. Heck yeah. I mean, it's been a long week. I haven't actually streamed in a little while just because life stuff has been kind of crazy. My job gets really hectic in October, so it's like the worst time to find time to stream. But we're here now. I'm very happy. One more thing to explain about the keyboard. This is a TKO. TKO, acronyms, that stands for 10 keyless. So there's at least 10 numbers on the number pad, right? So a TKO is a full keyboard that is just missing the number pad that would normally go right here. I asked them for a Long Island and they said then perish. I had some really good Adativo. I actually really like Adativo. That reminds me, I have no clue how many people here are actually into alcohol. I'm definitely not into alcohol like that much. But on Halloween, so this wasn't that long ago, I had a friend who was, he decided to sign his marriage license on Halloween, and I was invited to be a witness, so that was cool. He had another friend there that collects alcohol. Like that's what he does. He collects expensive alcohol. So I got to try the most expensive whiskey that I've ever tried ever. And that was crazy. What way do these go in? Wow. I wish I knew which way these go in. I think they go in with, let me show you what they look like. Okay. So this is a gasket. Let's adjust the camera. There we go. Oh, nope, I lost it. There we go. So it's got that little nub at the top, right? So that little nub there at the top, I don't know if it goes at the top or the bottom. We're gonna find out today, I guess. I haven't had a Long Island in ages. I'm nursing the last of my Di Serrano. Long Island ain't that strong as I hope it to be. It depends on who makes it. I've been to bars where like the Long Islands go crazy. You go to the wrong place. Go to the right place. They'll fuck you up respectfully. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. So I had two different types. One type was Kentucky Owl, and it was like a Japanese version of it. And it was like one of the smoothest I've ever had ever. So apparently that bottle goes for like 150. And then we had something else called the Hibiki. And this wasn't even like an aged bottle. It was just like a normal bottle. And apparently it normally sells for like 300. And since they were like Japan only type of dealios, they're really hard to find too. So that's crazy. I almost felt coming out that elevator. Oh no. I've heard so many things about K. It was really good. Honestly, it's the smoothest. That I've ever had. So like that and the Hibiki. The Hibiki, I would say, is smoother than the Kentucky Owl. Let me tell you, as a person who doesn't even like drink like that, like I have a friend who's like a tier 1 sommelier. So usually he introduces me to alcohol. But what I can tell you is that was the Hibiki. Actually great. Actually great. Hubbins and I love whiskey, so like we got to get our hands on both at some point. Actually great. I'm not like super big on whiskey, but I've tried maybe like 5 or 6 different types just because, you know, my friend does the sommelier thing. But what I can tell you is of all of those, and that includes like Woodford Reserve and a few other different types, man, that, the Kentucky Owl and the Hibiki, I almost was like, dang, I might buy a $300 bottle of whiskey for real. That's nuts. That's nuts. Not a whiskey that made me consider actually buying whiskey. That was crazy. And he was like a whiskey purist too. So like he put it in like the fancy glasses and put like a little bit of water in there. And swirled it around and everything. He was in it to win it. That was like his shit. So we were actually having a cute conversation about how his whiskey hobby, his alcohol hobby, is similar to my keyboard hobby. Like he has more alcohol than he could ever want. And he doesn't even drink by his own. Like, I'll have to try that. Yes, please do. It's so good. It's so good. I don't think I would ever describe a whiskey as good, but those two things, they were good. I appreciate whiskey, even though I'm more of a Scotch guy, though I can't drink that the way I used to. That's fair. That's very fair. I think I'm trying to remember whether or not either one of those was a Scotch. I feel like I'm too uneducated about whiskey to like actually say anything definitive. Omni, since you are here, I'm going to show off this keyboard just a little bit before I take it apart and start putting things into it. So this is the case that goes into it. It's pretty simple. It's a very simple case. This isn't like a fancy design or anything. But the back has this really cool finish. Let me adjust my camera. We got this really cool badge right here. It's magnetic and removable. And then, so you can like swap it out with different designs. And then it has this black crystal finish. It's actually very smooth. It's not super duper texture. But yeah, it's called the black ice finish. Yeah, I really like it. It shines in the light very well. That's so sick. Yes, I really like it. Let me adjust my camera back. It's really cool. I really like it. We also have like a RGB bar over here. So this is gonna light up once we put everything together. Oh, dang. Ooh, yeah, this is a stealth build. So it's gonna be like mostly black. I have a special keycap set that's gonna go on this. So let me, really quick, because I have you here. I have you here, Omni, and I have no self-control. So I'm just gonna show off the board I was using before we started putting this together. This is Ariandel. Ariandel is a Dark Souls based keyboard. By all means, show it. Yes, absolutely. Is there a full keyboard build? There are some, but they're pretty rare. Most people are trying to save desk space, so they do make them, but by make them, I mean a couple of designs come out a year. There is a board called the KBD Fans Odin like the god Odin, and that's close. It's very close to a full size. You get the number pad, but they cut out some of the navigation keys. I think that's how they did it. So the navigation keys are like the insert, delete, page up, page down type of thing. I think they reduced it to 2 or 3 keys. So you would have to like have a second layer, almost like a macro, where like you hit a function button and then those keys to get like the rest of them, if that makes sense. But yeah, Ariandel is great. This is my Dark Souls theme thing. This is supposed to be like the Lord of Cinder emblem or something like inspired by it. And even the keycap set that's on this is themed on Dark Souls. So we have the bonfire right there. And we have like the sword over here. And this was just, there was just a dude in the community that really likes Dark Souls. So he was just like, yep, that's what I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna make this. This is made out of acrylic instead of metal. This is an aluminum board. So it's transparent on the back. It's got this frosted color. And this is aluminum, but it's a cheaper kind of like aluminum. And if you are looking here, you can see it's kind of stacked. Let's see if I can adjust my camera to make it a little better. So you can see all the stacked layers. So there's different layers of acrylic that you stack on top of each other, and then you put like the screws in that are here to hold it together. So this is what I've been using for work the last week. I will spare you the pageantry of trotting out every keyboard I own, because that's so many boards. But suffice it to say, I am a collector and I have way too many boards. Lemon, you're back. What's this? It's Lemon with a steel chair, aka volume. Hi, Lemon. I should say hola, limon. Okay, so for the final part, let me unscrew this. I'm gonna get my handy dandy screwdriver. When I was new to this hobby, I felt like I had to have like everything. And so many of the tools that I have are things that I like, they come with what everyone is buying now. So like basically you'll get a lot of, that's too big. Let me go for the smaller one. Smaller hex screw. So the tools that I'm using used to not come with a board. It would not come with a board at all. I have a screw tray. Do I use my screw tray? No. No. Why would I use the thing that I bought to hold my screws to actually do that? But now that I've got all the tools and I bought them to be able to do this, we're fast forwarding like 3 years later. I don't need any of them anymore. Careful of the reflection. It's all right. It's all right. I feel like I don't have that much to hide. I'm not gonna hold you up. You know, I considered waiting until the end to put this in. We could do that, I guess. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm just reckless. I'm just a reckless fool. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. You should have seen me during my very first stream ever. This was years and years and years ago before I had my PNG tuber. I opened a package on stream and like doxed my physical location. It was crazy. I just was completely new and I didn't know anything about streaming at all. Luckily, I did not have the settings on to keep the VOD up, but that's definitely what happened. I was like, yes, we're unboxing like some stationery stuff. It was like fountain pens and things like that. And the label was just bam, right there. Luckily, it was only me and Lemon, because Lemon is my day one. Very sweet, dear friend. And I was just practicing to like see what streaming would be like. Are you gonna come out? No, okay, all right, I see. You're not coming out of your hidey hole. But that was crazy. Well, yeah. I did a keyboard once, this was a while ago, that had a full mirror back. And I just had to wear a face mask while I was handling it because I knew I was too reckless to just actually pay attention. I knew it was gonna be bad. So I just was like, you know, I don't care enough about this as I should. So you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna prevent this from being an issue altogether. Terrible. Okay. I feel like I was wrong. And I put these gaskets in upside down. That is what happens. Oh God. I'm 100% sure that's it. So there are these little holes around like around the perimeter of this. And I'm 100% sure I put these in incorrectly. I think I fucked it up, guys. But that's okay. I feel like it's good to see how people fuck up their builds, because when you go to build yours, if you're curious, you know that not everyone does it perfectly. Yeah, you've caught reflection a couple times that I've seen. I truly do not care. I'm not gonna hold you up. I understand that there are some people who are like, oh no, don't ever know what I look like ever. I am not currently worried about it. I feel like I'm so small I can like flex that freedom for now. Maybe if I was like actually important. I've done a couple immersion breaks. I think it's okay. I think I'm all right. I considered not putting the badge in. I did. I knew the repercussions. I'm just reckless and I've had a shot of tequila. So it's fine. It's been a time. VTubing is a time. PNG tubing is a time. Oh, that's the great point about, yeah, exactly. By the time anything happens enough for it to matter, the VOD will have been gone for like 3 years. Okay, so here are things that are important. We have a cord we have to plug in. This is to the daughter board. Well, the question is, oh God, how am I gonna put this in? Omni, in case you didn't know, this hobby is sus. Everything here is sus. There's so many jokes to be made about making sure that things are smooth, making sure that things go up and down, fitting things into other things, making sure that they fit well or smoothly or whatever. There's so much going on that's sus here. There's one piece of foam I want to put in here. What is it? Here we go. I explained this a little earlier. Oh God. Nope. All right. Well, never mind. Let me take this out again because I did this in the wrong order. Jesus fucking Christ. The point of foams and putting things in your board is to control the sound. You basically can change what it sounds like a little bit. You can tweak the sound a little bit through what you put in the board. It's just sussy nerds. It is though. VTube had definitely been a time. It's true. It's true. Okay, so now that I got the foam in there, let's do it once more with feeling. And then we're gonna put the keycaps on. I'm really excited to show you the keycap set. My nails are inspired by this keycap set, so hopefully when you guys see it, you'll be like, ah, yes, I got it. I got it. All right. So I had to plug that in. To explain what I just plugged in, there is a daughter board in here. So it's like a mini PCB. And the point of it is to connect the USB port to the rest of the board so that if there's like a short or something, you don't have to worry about it. Like bricking the whole board, basically. Okay, those are screws. Let me make sure I have everything situated. I think that that's where it's supposed to go. Okay. Yes, there we go. And you can see the USB right there. There's nothing sus about lubing switches. You know there is. And that's it. This board is actually like, this is one of the simplest boards I've ever put together ever. Omni, some of them have been so complicated. I've also fucked shit up on these boards too, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna turn this back over. We're gonna put the screws in here. And then we're gonna grab the keycaps and that'll be cool. Are these magnetic? They are not. Depression, they're not magnetic. How much did this cost? That is a good question. Let me double check. I actually keep a spreadsheet just for this. Give me one moment. The problem with the mechanical keyboard hobby is you have to buy everything separately, right? So the biggest thing is just buying things in pieces is important, is what I'll tell you. This is a cheaper board though, so you're gonna hear what cheaper sounds like in just a bit. Let me consult my sheet. Let's see, my build plans doc, because I bought this a while ago. How much was this? This QK80, that's the name of this board, was with the options that I picked, so that includes this weight here on the back, was $210. And I believe that includes shipping. That is how much it was. So I think the base cost was maybe like 180 maybe. And then like $25 to $30 for shipping because it's metal and it's heavy. That sounds about right. If I had to guess based on this company, how they price things, like $179, like plus tax and then like shipping. That's not bad. You've seen some of my more expensive builds. Yeah. So in comparison, this is not as bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm a collector, so the thing that I tell everyone is don't ever be like me. Please don't. It's not a good idea. Your wallet will cry. I finally got to the point where I'm focusing on other hobbies besides keyboards, which is crazy. I haven't done that in like 3 years. I will say, if you're just getting a one and done board, it's worth that price, right? Because you'll have it, you'll just take it everywhere if you want to take it to work. It'll just be like your main board that you're using. If you just want like something cheap that just works, then that's different. I would like to note the 210 only includes the boards. The switches that I put in here, I had to buy those separately. The keycaps I'm about to put on here, I had to buy separately. And there are cheap ones that you can get, but I'm vain and very particular about how my keyboards look, so. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I do have the total cost of this board if you would like to know that. Like this entire build with what I plan to put on it. I do have that cost for you if you want like more of a rounder number. That would be... Let me find that board again. I do also have like a Notion with like, it basically, if you hit exclamation point spreadsheets, I can't remember if it's plural or not. Let's see, 210. And then, oh goodness, did I not? I did not add up the numbers on here. The numbers are on here, but I did not add them up. That's okay. I'm gonna add them up really quick. I can do math, I promise. Okay, the Oil Kings were 46, basically 47. So 47 plus 210, and then plus 135. So this is almost $400 altogether. I can do math. Math is great. I can do it. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna test the board. I gotta see if all of the keys are working. My computer did recognize it, so that's great. Let's see what we got here. It's being read on the board. Let me go to keyboard tester really quickly. I haven't named this one yet. Dang, not me actually knowing home row placement by heart. All right, here we go. We got all these F keys up here. We have an F13. That's kind of nuts. These all work. I hit print screen by accident. That wasn't great. Pause is working. All the arrows. These are working. These are working. Windows. These are working. Let's see. These are working and these are working. All right, everything on this board is operational. Hopefully nothing weird happened on stream since I had the window open. And F13, yeah, full custom macro key, yeah. I will say this board is customizable, so you can actually assign a macro to any key on this board. Literally any single key on this board you can reprogram. That's the value of custom keeps, baby. Kinda happy my keep goes all the way to F19. Yeah, that's like some crazy vintage shit you got over there. All right, and we have RGB. I didn't even notice. I was too busy testing. We got all the shiny lights underneath here. It looks like it's rainbow. You barely can see them because of these switches, but you know. All right, here we go. We know everything works. Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, you absolutely can. Let me see if I can bring up the... I'm pretty sure I have a window capture for testing. It's just that the tester that I normally use doesn't work with every single board. They all have like different firmware, so I don't always pull it up. Let's see. Plug that in again. And let's see. Can I change that window capture to... It's definitely not gonna let me do that. Okay, all right, okay. Let's see. I'll do another window capture, maybe. Sure. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that one's picking up. And then let me let me put this back on the thing. Oh god. Oh god. Transform, fit to screen. There we go. We got that going. Yep. So basically you can use this to, I'll make this a little bigger so you can actually see it. You can use this to set like macros and things like that. You can literally come over here to macros and you can set your macros here. You'll click on like one of the keys, change it to the macro, and then I think it'll give you like a display for you to put whatever you want on there. There's also a macro screen here, which will basically, you can import stuff. So open text editor, that kind of thing. Add action record macro right there. And you can do that for any key that's here. So that's great. Alrighty, I did that. So that's the good thing about custom keyboards. Most boards are like this. You're able to do that with most things. Pity is a crap Mac low profile. Yeah, the low profile is crazy. I can't do that. Especially with the nails, it just makes it worse. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. My desk is too small for all the things I'm trying to do, but that's okay. We will persevere. I'm gonna show you the set we're putting on this board, and I need everyone to be ready to ooh and ah, even though I can't hear you, because it's actually majestic. It's great. Okay, here we go. Show all the parts. My room is a mess. It is full of keyboard boxes. It is this set. This is called GMK MICTLAN. I'm definitely going to poke a hole in it literally right here and open it up. It is a Day of the Dead themed keyboard set. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't do me like this on stream. Yeah, let me take this off. I'm tempted to give you a preview of the novelties. The novelties are like decorated keys that go with this, but I'll leave you guys in suspense a little bit. Haha, more teasing. All right, here we go. If this is a Day of the Dead, this is gonna be really good. It is. Oh wow, it's actually intact. All right, so this is the first tray. These are messed up just like a little bit. It's kind of like whatever. So the set that I got has these like stealthy black on black sort of keys. Let me pick up this J and show it to you as an example so you can see it. Super stealthy. Let me get that in there. So it's like dark gray on black. You can see kind of the texture on there too. But we also have these really cool colorful keys. I know that this looks like, there we go. I know this looks kind of like underwhelming right now, but I'm saving the best for last, right? So it's got all these colorful mods. So we got purple here on the bottom row. We got this pink right here. We got some orange right there and yellow. And then we have blue up here for the number keys. But there's more. Wait, there's more. This is a special version of this set that gave me the gray on black because I wanted something stealthy. That would be mildly annoying unless it's blacklight reactive. I touch type, so I don't actually have to see. I don't actually have to see my keys. All right. Again, I'm saving the best for last, right? So these are some more of the mods. These are different sizes. These are different other gray on black keys. You can hardly see them. That is exactly what I wanted with this set. Some numbers, etc. Then we have the first hint that this is going to be great. Bam, right? Dias de los Muertos, right? Amazing. There's more, but there's more. I unboxed it like this on purpose because it's crazy. So, the exciting part. The novelties, baby, look at all this color. You thought there wasn't gonna be none? Ah, no, absolutely not. So we get all of these for the arrow keys. We get some really nice sugar skull art here. We've got flowers. We've got this banging enter key. Banging enter key. The light is washing it out, so let me not like shove it in your face. But this is a very bright orange. It is close to my nail color, but not exactly. And we even get a really big, like fancy sugar skull art right here. Ooh! Is this not lovely? Is this not wonderful? We've got cat skulls. We've got dog skulls. We've got our keys. We have an alternate cross enter here. You still managed to match your nails on your build. This build I did on purpose. I got my nails done on purpose to do this. This is the first time I've ever done it. Exactly. This keycap set was great. And when I saw it, I was like, listen, I'm going to do a stealthy black build and it's just going to be everything I've ever dreamed of. This is it. This was the plan. I had to wait 2 years for this keycap set because it was custom made. Basically, someone designed this and was like, hey, if enough people put in, we can like get this done at a manufacturer. So we did. It's an obscenely long time to wait. If you're new to keyboards, I heavily advise you not to do this and to just sort of get whatever's available online, honestly. But yeah, 2 years. Part of that was because of COVID, I will say, because this went up, I think, for ordering like in 2021. So a lot of the manufacturing companies were still like recovering from stuff they had to delay from 2020. Because the keyboard hobby didn't stop, let me tell you, people kept putting in orders. But for me specifically, me as an individual, maybe not anybody else, this was worth it. All right, so we're just gonna start putting keycaps on. I'm gonna start with some of these novelties because I can. We're gonna start with this enter key because I love it and I know it's gonna go literally exactly right here. Amazing. Oh, this is gonna be a quiet board, I think. I wonder if I put more foam in it, if it would be like better. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Can I wedge this? My nails are too smooth. Does this work for the backspace? That's the real question. That's the actual question. Does this work for backspace? It does not. It is too long for backspace. Depression. It is an enter key only. So I'll have to swap these out at some point. Okay. I'm gonna stop teasing you guys because I promise we're gonna do like a sound test. I feel like I should match my escape key to that enter just because it's nice. Now the real question is, do I use these on like the navigation cluster over here? Maybe I'll put them up here with like the print, what are the other ones? Scroll, lock, and pause. Maybe I'll do that. This I had to do. I don't know where I'm gonna put any of these way keys. That's crazy. I don't know where I'm gonna put those. I need a longer space bar. Got one down here. That is a shame. Yeah, I know. Yeah. When people make these novelty keys, you honestly have to pick and choose. There's so many designs. There's only so much you can fit on a board, to be honest. The board only has so many keys. Okay, let's see. Can I get this space bar on correctly? That is the question here. Nope. Nope. I sure can't. There we go. Great. All right. So I'm gonna set this to the side here real quick. We're gonna do the mods. I am sorry, my desk is small. Cannot fit everything all on one screen. So we're gonna do... Is there a special caps lock in here? This definitely seems like a stepped caps lock. Do I have stepped caps? I do. For anyone who was wondering what a stepped caps lock is, it is literally a caps lock that has that little step down on there. Literally. So depending on where the switches go on a build, you might be able to include that. And it seems like I'm able to. So that's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Then we have our left shift, which is a normal size, normal positioning. We have a right shift. We're gonna do our best to do this quickly. I feel like the switches always feel like they don't take as long. Oh, that sounds so hollow. That sounds so hollow. I don't know if I like that. I might have to put like the other piece of foam in. This is so quiet. It might just be the keycaps, or I'm sorry, the switches as well. The switches that I have are Oil Kings, that's what they're called. And they are not known for being a particularly loud. This might just be like an office keyboard. A brightly colored office keyboard that's not super clacky. But it's, you know, it's like that. I'm not gonna complain too much. I don't actually have a problem with it. I just like, I just actually like loud boards because I'm an obnoxious person. All right, so here we go. We've got F2, F3, and F4. Let's see, can I get these? Yeah, okay, I got them. F4. I feel that, yeah, I keep telling myself that at some point I'm gonna have a quiet board for work, but when I actually build my boards, do I do that? No. Confirmed by almost everyone who is in here regularly. My boards, I feel like if they're too quiet, I'm always like, can we make this louder? And then I'll have people come in and they're like, well, I can't have too loud a board for work, but I work from home, so I can make my boards as loud as I want. Oh man, crazy. Yeah, these are louder than the other, than the alphas. This is definitely gonna be a stealthy board. That's kind of crazy. I should have anticipated that. I should have anticipated that. I know that these are not the loudest switches. People definitely will tell you that they're not, but I don't know. I guess I thought like they were gonna be a little loud, but that turned out to be a lie. Can I put a novelty where the escape key goes? Probably. We'll see. We'll figure it out for now. I'm gonna leave this there for now. I'm gonna try not to be greedy because I'm gonna put novelties all up here. There's only so many that will fit. Okay, 2, 3, 4. So let's see, 4, 3. You have a great stream. I'll see you. Yeah, no, that's okay. Take care of your business. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for rating me. You're actually fantastic. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll be posting a picture of this when I'm done with the builds. And then maybe a sound test later. So hopefully you'll get to see and hear it. Thanks for showing up. Detective Omni, everyone. Actually, a very lovely human being all around. His tweets are very sweet. His streams are very sweet. He's actually just a good guy. Did I skip a key? I did. This is 5. Anytime. I hope to see it later. Yes. Nope, not me putting this on. The wrong way. Like a goober. There we go. That's the real danger of stealthy keys, right? You can't actually tell where the numbers are. How it's oriented. Alrighty. So then we got 9, 10, minus and plus. I wish I could say that I don't know all the keys on a keyboard by heart, but unfortunately I do. Because I've just put together so many boards, I know what order they go in. If there was a quiz that could be had on which keys go where. Like if you had to like, I think Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, did an activity like this with some of his office peeps. They had to do a test where they got a keycap set and had to put it on in order. And they couldn't miss keys. I would excel at that. I would absolutely excel. I just, you know, some people have it. Some people don't. All right, we got our brackets here. And then we're gonna have P. This is O, so it actually goes right there. That's P. We've got U, which goes here. Y, because QWERTY, right? We all know that. And then we have I, it's IOP. The outs feel kind of like, so this is a quiet set. It's kind of, it's not loud, but it's also not quiet either. It's such an odd combination. I wonder what a more experienced person would label that sound as. It's definitely not clacky because it's not intense, but it's not silent either. I guess someone could call it mushy maybe. That's super interesting. Okay, while I put these keycaps on, I wanted to tell a funny story. So, I have a brother, right? We're gonna call him my luminous bro. He just started playing D&D for the first time. And he's having a blast. So, you know, like Luminous, me, I am the resident nerd of our households. So I do all the nerdy things. He's into like anime and stuff too, but he wasn't like super duper into it mainstream until other people were into it. With that being said, he's started playing D&D for the first time. So of course, you know, we're talking on the phone. He calls, he's like, Luminous, hey, I just wanted to tell you like that thing that you never thought I would be able to do. And I mean, like, it wasn't that, it's just location and like, you know, people and stuff. I didn't think I would ever be able to do this, but I did it. X goes there, Z goes here. And so he tells me about it, and he didn't just play D&D for the first time, which is like crazy, right? Instead of just playing it for the first time, he has a friend that does like a podcast. So he like dove all the way in, making characters, and like they got like a recording and stuff. And apparently he's got a character he voices with like a fake British accent. He sent me a recording of him doing like a debate with another character. And that shit was good. I'm literally his luminous sis. And I couldn't recognize him. I was like, okay, so clearly this has to be the bro, right? Because like the other person's definitely not the bro. So it's gotta be this guy. And that was crazy. Control code alt. Okay, here we go. What do I want to do? I might use keys for the, is that? No, that's not long enough. I need longer keys for this. Oh God, I'm gonna mark up this is a bad idea, everyone, what I'm doing right now. You don't want to use metal on your keycaps because it'll scratch the plastic. I'm actually just a terrible person, and I'm just awful actually, for real. Okay, so we got stealth arrows and stuff like that. I don't need these. So we've got longer controls over here. I think that's what we're gonna use. Perfecto. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we got keys that'll fit there. Boy. All right, so alt goes here. This freaking test is gonna be ridiculous. So yeah, I'm listening to Luminous Bro. His accent, ridiculous. And I just actually thought it was great. I'm supportive. I'm a supportive Luminous sis, of course. So absolutely, I'm telling him like, yeah, this is like fantastic, everything you're doing here. I think you should continue to do it and have a great time, right? All that jazz. I told him he should go into voice acting because like the voice was, it's not just that it was good, right? It was also consistent. That's the thing. That's the thing that I think is important. You gotta have like a consistent voice, right? Do I have... These are extra keys. Okay, okay. I believe the way this goes. Insert, delete. Page up, page down, home, and end. That's crazy. I'm gonna double check. Those are the only keys that I ever miss. If we're talking alphas, we're talking these, I got you. I got you every time on the dot. Could list blind what order the keys go in. But this cluster here, print screen, scroll lock, pause, I got. But I always mix up where home and end and page up and page down go. Okay, so home and end is the second column. So cool, 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 cool. All right, print, scroll, and pause. I'm gonna put novelties here. So I need delete goes there. Page up goes there. We've got a page down here. And then we've got end. And then we've got insert and home. Those are the last two I need. And then we can move on to the novelty tray. All right, home, insert. We're gonna put our two-way keys here. Oh, whoops. I actually activated the Windows key. We're not gonna do that. I don't need any of these. So we're all novelties now. Oops, all novelties. I have to find the container I'm gonna put the rest of these keycaps in. Okay, so we got a couple of way keys. And we got like a little yeah key. Ooh, I actually want to use that instead of the regular N. Oh my god, this is me oh crap, being the worst, being actually the worst. And just wedging this up. Again, don't do this. This is a terrible idea. Bad idea, don't do it. Yeah. You can't see it, but it's got like the little, I forget what it's called on top. Let me, yeah, you can see it, right? Like, yeah, there you go. All right, here we go. We're in the home stretch. I know I talked everyone's ears off, so we're like at our normal mark, but if I had just built this and I shut the fuck up, it would have taken a lot less time. All right, so we got our way key. And I think that both of these are the same size. So this should be perfect. Way and way. So what's gonna go up here? We'll see. I'm not sure. How do we want to do this? So we've got purple. The question really is, do I want to put the blue up there? So that's... Oh my gosh. There's so much solidity on... I think I'm going to end up rebuilding this with the foam to try to get a louder sound out of it. That's crazy. This just... These arrow keys sound so good. Why are we like this? Okay. I'm sorry. I know I still have to do a sound test, but like, yeah, that's like hella weak. That's like hella weak. I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Cause like this, that sounds hard AF, let me tell you. And I know the reason why it sounds like this, because these sound great and these also sound great. The reason for this is because I did not put the plate foam in here. I thought it wouldn't need it. I thought it would be fine, but I was wrong. I was incorrect, and I'm gonna rebuild this directly after stream. directly after stream. And put the foam in there. I already know I'm gonna like it better. So we're gonna take this purple one out. Come on. No. I see. We're just gonna be difficult. And then we're gonna put this blue one in. Because I just like the color. I just like the color dynamic. We have a whole row full of purple. I want to balance that out. Okay. So up here, we get to choose three of these. And I'm not sure what I want to do. I've got this in the F13 row place. But we got a lot of these left, right, guys? Like, it's like, which one? I could do like the dog and the cat and then like the regular skull because this one is an inverse color. I could do that. That sounds maybe. And then some of these are alternative colors as well. I feel like these are not meant to go up here because they are not row 1 type of things. And when I say row 1, I mean like it's the profile. So like the shape of the keycaps and how tall they are for this row and this row are considered row 1, right? Let's focus this a little better. Oh, I think I had it. There we go. And I knocked my pop filter off. I'm so great. Let's get it back on there. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to... Some of these are like very bottom row and some of these are like very top row. So that's kind of the issue I'm running into here. Which ones are top row, which ones are bottom row? Because the keycaps will look weird if you put novelties. I mean, I guess you could decide not to care. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to decide not to care. And we're going to do this one here. If I can actually get it to go on the way it's supposed to. Thanks. We're going to put the cat here. We're going to put the dog here. So at least these three look the same, even if it doesn't look the same as the rest of these. And then I got this one, which has a lot of different colors on it. I'm not sure though. This one has like a heart on it. There's another one here. Ooh, dang. Some of these look like really, oh God, some of these are really good looking and I'm sad that I can't put them all on there at once. I think I'll be okay. I think this is fine. I think this is what the build is going to be. So let's put this away. We're going to turn down the music and give this a test. And then we'll end stream, guys, because I've been here fairly long. I'm so excited. It matches my nails. Look, oh my God. I planned this out on purpose. I really wanted to be able to do this. All right, so here we go. We're gonna turn this all the way. Actually, you know what? We'll just cut it off. Alrighty. So we're gonna turn this up. Yeah, I can hear the difference already. Like I normally do, we're gonna have our mic down here. So for anyone who's been here the whole time, if you're just tuning in, if you've been lurking, this is the sound test for the QK80. This is with Gat Oil King switches and the GMK MICTLAN keycap set. So here we go. And then, yeah, this is pretty stealthy, I'm gonna say. And like, I think this could benefit from, I think that this could benefit from the actual foam that came with it. I think that it would sound better that way, honestly. Yeah, real stealthy. It's very low key. I don't want to be that guy, right? Like, I don't want to just be I don't want to just be that guy that just wants loud keyboards all the time. What's bothering me about this, because like this is fine. The board itself is fine. I feel like other people would be like, dang. Also, this is ticking a bit, so I might adjust that stabilizer a little bit. Low key, pun intended. You know, I feel you. This is definitely like a low key type of build. The issue I'm having is the consistency. That's the thing. If the whole board sounded like this, if that was the whole board, I'd be like, all right, that's just how the board sounds. But that's not it though. We get these loud as hell, you know, like arrows. Let me put the music back on. There we go. The fact that these are loud, and it's not just those, it's these two. And I know why this is. There are flex cuts in the PCB. That's those wavy lines that were in the circuit board earlier. And it's allowing sound to like escape through it. So it's not super consistent here. But on the sides where there aren't any cuts, the sound is a little more consistent. I think if I put the foam in, it'll give me a more uniform sound, and it'll also block out some of those holes, so it'll reflect some of the sound back up to the top, and I'll get like a, not like a poppier sound, but like a louder sound. Like I think it'll project the noise from inside the board up a little bit. I wanted to test this and see how it sounded without the foam, so this is exactly what I intended. It just so happens that I personally hate this. Not the board itself, but the quality of this particular sound. I want to see if I can get it to sound a little poppier. There are things I could do. Also, like replacing the switches. If I put different switches in there, it would also sound different. But I'm not sure if I want to commit to putting different switches in this board. I like the visual idea of black on black, you know, like the point of it was to do a stealthy build. I just want the sounds to be consistent, because like if I hit these and I'm getting a different sound than I get here, for me that's a problem. It's the same switches in this whole thing, so like that's crazy. Also, I have black cherry pies. For those of you who don't know, that's like a Franken switch. You take parts from one switch and put them together with parts of another switch to make a new switch. And the black cherry pie I normally put in my spacebar to make it sound a little crispier. So I think that that's probably the issue too, for the spacebar at least. I can probably improve the spacebar. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that ticking though. That's kind of crazy. I might be able to find another wire that works better for this stab. So we'll see. But okay, that's basically this build so far. I do like the board. I love the board. I'm not gonna complain too much. I got my filthy fingerprints all over this badge already. But this looks so cool. This looks great. And like, this also looks great. This is everything I ever dreamed of for this board. I just want the sound to be more consistent. Like if my board is mushy, then I want like the whole board to be mushy, right? Like if it's quiet, I want the whole board to be quiet. If it's loud, I want the whole board to be loud. I need it to be consistent. And this, actually great. I feel like if I put the foam in, it'll tamper this down a bit and give me a little more pop on these. So that is the plan. We're going to do that. I'll probably do that off stream, and then tomorrow I'll take some photos of this and then we'll post them up on Twitter so you guys can see them. I'll make sure that my nails are included as much as possible, because this, let me tell you, this is hot. Let me just, you know, a little nail model in right here. You get the little, yes, actually great. These, the coordinates for these, that's fire. That's fire. I considered putting it up here and swapping, but I actually think having it up here, actually great. Actually great for the escape key. Baby, I love this. This is fantastic. I just gotta, you know, adjust the sound a little bit. And that's kind of the point of having customs, right? You can change the sound to whatever you would like. All right, for anyone who's hung in there with me so far, we're coming up on 3 hours. So that is the perfect time, I think, to shut this down, because it's usually the base time that my builds take. Like normally I'd be around like putting keycaps on at this point. So I usually name my boards. I have no clue what I'm gonna name this one. I've gotta pick a name. I will probably pick a Spanish name, just in honor of the set and the culture that it comes from. The person who made this was Hispanic. So this was like a project that someone from this culture made for the community. Actually really great. If you're interested in this set, you can find this on novelkeys.com. That is the one of the US vendors that helped ship this set out and make it possible. They're actually a really great company. They're in great standing with the community. And they, you know, helped, at least in terms of like the vendor list, to make this a reality. My goodness, do these look the same, like the same color? They don't. They look this, it's like similar, but not exactly. The camera stuff is just gonna, it's doing numbers. It's going crazy. The camera's gonna drive me crazy forever. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is fantastic. I love this. It's gonna be great. I'm probably gonna use it for about a week and see how I like it. The feel is great. I actually like how it feels. The only thing bothering me, the ticking on this spacebar, which I might be able to fix, and then I'll put the foam in and that'll also fix some things. So yeah, I'll pick a name. I'll let you know what I name this. I don't know if this is a lady or not a lady. Maybe not actually. Maybe not either. I don't know. We'll see. I always name my boards. I'm a crazy keyboard lady, as said before. Let's see what else is left. Let's see who is streaming right now. Maybe we can do like a raid, some ending stream. Let's look to see who's on right now. Who is alive and streaming right now? Not that many people though. All right. Oh, you know, Vesper's on. Rika Thorn is on, playing Genshin Impact though. No keyboard streamers on right now. That's kind of crazy. There actually is one single keyboard streamer on right now. It is Shishi Wong, but she is playing World of Warcraft, so she's playing WoW right now. That's completely different. I like to raid into keyboard streams if I can, but that's kind of crazy. You know what we'll do? Mrs. Mothmom is on. She's doing memes and chill. So I'm gonna raid into her stream and we'll say hi to her real quick. Oh, you just raided not knowing you were gonna, oh no, yeah, you got to the end. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Hello. Real quick before we depart, because I see that there's only a few of you, but my name is Luminous Peak. I'm your friendly neighborhood fae, and I do mechanical keyboard streams. I just finished building this baby. And it's actually great. This is a Day of the Dead inspired keyboard set. It's got these really stealthy letterings on here. It's like gray on black. Very stealthy. Bright oranges, bright colors, sugar skulls. It's all looking great. I will show you the back. So we've got this cool, let me adjust, there we go. This very cool badge on the back. We got this black ice finish here on the weight. It's actually looking good. I lifted it like it was nothing, but this is all aluminum, so it actually weighs something. Oh, it's so pretty, yes. And my nails match. I meant to do this for Halloween, but I had a couple friends get married on Halloween, so I had to push this stream back. So yeah, I built this. It sounds pretty good. I'm a fan of it. There's a couple things I want to fix off stream, but in general, this is like a quieter sort of board, basically. So yeah, I think I'm gonna rate Mrs. Mothmom. She's a really cool VTuber right now. She does tarot stuff, kind of like me, but that's her main thing. Oh, the nails are amazing too. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so Mrs. Mothmom, she's super cool. She basically just does like silly discussion streams and things like that. And she's actually pretty great. So if you came with Vesper, if you're leaving because you don't want to like bounce from streamer to streamer, don't worry about it. I promise. No one is judging you. Alrighty. You can't tell, but there are some RGB bits in here. It is kind of shining at the bottom, right? Like, thank you, Karisu. I appreciate you shouting Vesper out. I always forget to raid at the end of stream, so I'm like trying to not get distracted. Okay, so we're gonna do it, and then I believe this is the correct username. So we're gonna raid message. You could just say Luminous Raid, right? So we're just, let me put that in there. We'll do, let's see. We'll do like a, can I get sparklies? I want to get sparklies, that's what I want. Let's do it. Sparkly emojis. I never think of like raid things until I absolutely have to. So we're gonna do Luminous Raid. I'm gonna put this so you guys can like copy and whatnot. There we go. That's the raid message, and we're gonna raid Mrs. Mothmom. So here we go. If I did that correctly, it should show up. All right, let's go. I'll see you guys in there in a bit. Bye.